Now at 6, polls open in exactly 1 hour. The issues on the ballot for today's special election. Plus, a county supervisor says some crisis pregnancy centers are fake, what she claims they're actually doing.
This is probably the worst it's been.
How the sewage crisis along the border is affecting the job of lifeguards in this Earth 8 report.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Another foggy morning, this time inland. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. everyone. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Neda Irampour. Meteorologist Evan Narani has more on that fog, plus the return of Santa Ana winds again this week.
Yeah, I know, right? Not a long break that we got here. Onshore flow for now, prompting a little bit of fog along our inland valleys. It's not quite as dense as it was yesterday morning. Yesterday we were struggling with quarter mile of visibility. Today we're around 5 to 7 miles or so. So we've seen a lot of improvements, but there are still some low clouds out there. Today's forecast shows some cooler temperatures east of the coast. Coastline's going to stay in the low 70s, but inland we're dropping to the low 70s as well. Mountains will be in the low 60s out there. Here's a look at visibility 4 miles down toward Imperial Beach and Otay Mesa. Coming up, we'll talk more about those Santa Anas. Back to you.
Evan, thank you so much. And now Election Day is here. In fact, voting centers are opening in 1 hour from now for certain parts of San Diego County.
It is your last day to vote on 3 different issues that are part of this special election. We want to send things over to CBS 8's Regina Yarita live outside the registrar's office with everything we need to know here on this Election Day. Regina?
Yeah, well, Neda and Eric, in less than an hour, we could start to see people either drop off their ballot or vote in person outside of the county registrar of voters. So there are 3 races on the ballot for this special election, which means 3 areas are going to have a very busy day. So let me show you some video here as we break things down for you. Only those living in District 4, the city of Chula Vista, or the Fallbrook or Rainbow districts may vote in the elections. Those living in District 4 will vote for the county supervisor that will fill Nathan Fletcher's vacant seat for the remainder of the current term. Fletcher resigned from the Board of Supervisors back in May after admitting to having an affair with an MTS worker. He's on trial facing sexual harassment and assault charges, but has denied he committed any crimes. The special election for the city of Chula Vista will fill the vacant seat for the city attorney. Simon Silva won the 2022 election. He passed away before Election Day, but officials were unable to remove his name from the ballot. And voters who live in the Fallbrook Public Utility District and Rainbow Water District will vote on whether to stay or separate from the San Diego County Water Authority. So voters can still mark their ballots from home. Ballots should be signed and dated, then sealed and returned to one of the register's official ballot drop boxes. Ballots can be mailed as long as they are postmarked on or before November 7th. Now back here live, there are 22 voting centers that will open starting at 7 a.m. and will close at 8 p.m. If you want a full list of the voting centers, you can head to CBS8.com. Just click the help button. I'm outside of the voter register of voters building. Regina Yarita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you. And last week we invited District 4 candidates Monica Montgomery Stepp and Amy Reichert to come into our studio to discuss several issues on the minds of voters, like the housing market and the border crisis. We also gave them one last chance to tell our viewers why they should vote for them. Take a listen. This is your last opportunity to explain why our viewers should be voting for you. Why you think you're the best candidate for District 4. And Amy, we'll start with you.
In the past couple of years, I have stood up for our first responders and saved their jobs when their civil rights were being violated. I'm really proud of that track record. I'm a heart-centered candidate. I will stand up for what's right for the people of San Diego. I can tell you sitting here, I have 0 special interest money behind me. My opponent has $1.1 million in special interest money. So I can honestly come in to county supervisor and say on the very first day that I am beholden to no one except for the people of San Diego. What people want at the end of the day is a safe place to live that they can enjoy with their friends and family, where they can thrive with their loved ones, and that's what I will do for San Diego.
And Monica, your final remarks here.
Yes, this is an extremely important position. I have dedicated the majority of my career and my life to fighting for our most vulnerable communities. That's why I am endorsed and proud to be endorsed by our healthcare workers at the County of San Diego. I am endorsed by our top cop of the state, the Attorney General, Rob Bonta. I am endorsed by our Secretary of State, Dr. Shirley Weber. But not only that, I bring experience to this job. I have been the chair of the city's budget committee that has convened a $5.2 billion budget. I've brought over $100 million of investment into my current community. I want to broaden that experience and give that experience to the people of our region because they deserve it.
If you would like to watch my entire discussion with Monica and Amy, you can go to CBS8.com. And we will be tracking the latest results from this special election all day long. You can also go to CBS8.com or follow us on our social media platforms. This morning, police are looking for a man who tried to lure a child in the South Bay. They say it happened near the intersection of Hidden Trails Drive and Ocean View Hills Parkway in the Otay Mesa West neighborhood. Police say the man pulled up to the child in a white van and offered her money to get in. The girl ran away. Right now, police don't have a strong description of the suspect, but say the van was a Ford Econoline.
This morning, County Supervisor Tara Lawson-Remer will ask the Board of Supervisors to sue and shut down what she claims are fraudulent crisis pregnancy centers.
They're fake centers pretending to offer reproductive health care advice to women.
The chief medical officer for Planned Parenthood says pregnancy centers are actually run by anti-abortion volunteers who are not trained professionals. Lawson-Remer says they try to prevent women from seeking abortions. In a statement from Carolyn Kuhl with the Hope Clinic for Women in Fallbrook, she says the board's misinformed and misguided efforts to shut places like pregnancy centers down is a direct attack on women in need of assistance. For the first time, we are hearing from a Chula Vista councilwoman facing fraud charges this morning. Andrea Cardenas and her brother are accused of getting a fraudulent loan for their political consulting business. They will both be in court this Thursday. Now, late yesterday, Cardenas said in a statement, quote, "My intent has never been to harm or disappoint those who believed in me, both in life and at the ballot box. I hope to be given an opportunity by the media, folks in political circles, and most importantly, my constituents to defend myself." This comes after Chula Vista Mayor John McCann called on her to resign. He said, quote, "Ensuring public trust is crucial for all elected officials. Maintaining that trust under the current circumstances is simply impossible." All right, time is now 6:07. We want to get over to Evan. We're talking about a pretty deep marine layer for some areas.
That's right, and you can see it on hand. We have the possibility of these clouds breaking apart by 9 or so. So we got another couple hours on that. We can at least celebrate that 3 minutes from now is the sunrise, and that'll help to burn off these clouds pretty quickly. Visibility is not as reduced as it was yesterday morning. Yesterday we were working with a quarter mile of visibility. Today we're doing all right. Down toward the South Bay, Imperial Beach is struggling a bit at 4 miles along with Otay Mesa. Ramona earlier was seeing some issues, but now back at 9 miles. So improvements are being made as we head now through the 6 o'clock hour. You could see though, yesterday we had this marine layer stretching only to about the 5, maybe slightly farther off to the east. Now we're watching as it stretches all the way in some cases to Ramona, which is much more extensive than what we were working with yesterday. Now, when we look at your temperatures out the door, we're mainly in the 50s. We've got some low 60s out there, something to celebrate. 60 for Oceanside, 63 for Carlsbad and downtown San Diego as well. You're cooler by 10 degrees once you get off toward Ramona at 53 degrees, and then El Cajon at 56 to kick off the morning. So it'll be chilly out there in some cases as you head out for maybe your walk or run. However, you at least get some sunlight if you're doing so over the next hour or so, which we were not exactly used to when we were headed through that later sunrise, that 6:15 sunrise. When we look at the 5-day forecast, you can see how temperatures are set to warm up. This is all associated with Santa Ana winds making a return to the forecast. They don't leave us for too long, right? So we're cooler for today and tomorrow, and then we'll see those temperatures start to climb as those winds shift back offshore for Thursday through the upcoming weekend. This, of course, is, yes, going to give us a very comfortable summer-like stretch out there. But what we're watching out for in particular is going to be that higher fire danger. Since last time we had those Santa Ana winds acting up, we tended to see a new fire pop up pretty quickly that CAL FIRE was able, of course, to put out, but they had their focus on any new fires popping up. We're going to do the same thing going into Thursday through the weekend as that fire danger picks up again. It's 6:09 right now. Let's take a look at how traffic is shaping up as we start off the morning. So far, we are lucky to see that we don't have any major crashes or collisions on the screen here. However, you see that blob of yellow there that's off toward about the Julian area. This is fog. At least the possibility that as you head out on the roads this morning, conditions could be affected by fog. So watch out for that through the morning commute. Besides that, though, we don't have anything major popping up on the screen. We did just see one crash pop up around the San Diego area, so closer to downtown. Let's head over to the computer to see what that one is as we start off the day, or whether or not it's affecting any lanes of the freeway. This one is on the 5. You got the left-hand shoulder blocked with a crash on the 5 southbound at Mission Bay Drive. Again, just popping up there. Let's take a look at border wait times as we start off the morning. 6:10 on the clock right now, and we'll see how your wait times are doing at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. 45 minutes right now. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to take you 100 minutes, so a little bit longer at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry, an hour 40 in total. Back to you.
Their job is to rescue people, but they're putting their own health at risk. What Imperial Beach lifeguards are dealing with daily as the sewage crisis gets worse in this Earth 8 report.